Oh, yeah, buddies. It's the Ron and Fez show on a weekday. And I know what you're thinking. If I can turn on this radio program and hear a guy pop back in here and within 7 days of his surgery, then I, the listener, can pick up the phone and give a call for some Ichibans. You say to yourself, I can be all part of that. I can dial 866-RON-0-FEZ, 866-RON-0-FEZ, and help it all out a little bit. Get it all started. And that's all you have to do to get that rolling. Pick up your telephone, and it's 866-RON-0-FEZ, 866-RON-0-FEZ to join in the Ichibans. Yeah, Lappy 5000's having gigantic problems today. But, Hicks, I want you to slow yourself down. I want you to say it aloud. I'm black and I'm proud. Glenn Beck is holding his march. You and I are leaving here after the show today to go be a part of it. Can that sound come down a little bit, bro? Thanks. The important thing there is Glenn Beck said this. Of course, he's going to be on the steps on the anniversary of the Martin Luther King I had a dream speech, and what Mr. Beck said is he's not, doing this to compete or take away from Martin Luther King. He said, this is a moment, quite honestly, that I think we can reclaim the civil rights movement. And it is about that time. I mean, we lost the civil rights movement to Martin Luther King. And this gives us the opportunity to reclaim it. And God knows we should. Oh, I like to see that board light up like that. I like to see the people go, hey, if Ronnie B wants to come in here and make radio, I'll make radio with him. I'm willing to do that. 866-RON-0-FEZ, 866-RON-0-FEZ for the Ron and Fez show. We'll get started on your Ichibans. Let's go over here to Paul. Paul, in Florida, you're on the Ron and Fez show.
Hey, Ronnie.
What can I do for you, pal?
Better there, buddy.
Thanks.
One of the guys in the Cake Boss got arrested for diddling a minor. So,
now, which exactly?
One of those ankle bracelets.
Yeah, which show is Cake Boss? He's not the guy in Baltimore, right?
No, it's the other one. And he's not gay.
All right. So he was with a girl.
Yeah.
All right. So could be always be worse.
I'm excited about that.
I don't know what it is about the guys who work in the cake industry and minors. It's frightening. 866-RON-0-FEZ, 866-RON-0-FEZ. Here's somebody named Not Matt, and I appreciate that. In Virginia, what do you got for me, Not Matt?
Hey, Ronnie B, how are you doing?
Good.
Hey, Washington phenom rookie Steven Strasburg, arm tendon pull, headed for Tommy John surgery in the offseason.
That is the worst possible news, is it not?
It is ridiculous. They get lucky once, and it lasted all of 5 starts.
It's a scary, scary proposition when that tendon stuff comes down. Now, they just found this out the other day, that it looks like Lou Gehrig never had Lou Gehrig's disease. Now, Hicks, I know you think of yourself as a Yankee guy.
Yeah.
How could Lou Gehrig not have Lou Gehrig's disease?
I have no fucking clue. He's Lou Gehrig.
Right.
It's his disease.
You would think even if he had the measles, it's still Lou Gehrig's disease.
He has ownership over that name. I don't know what these doctors' problem is today.
So apparently he was misdiagnosed as having Lou Gehrig's disease. So I'm now pushing for the name Lou Gehrig disease to be changed to Mickey Vernon's disease. Because Mickey Vernon, the old Washington senator, never remembered. And he had every right to be. He had every right to be thought of as a classic.
See, I didn't think he could be misdiagnosed because I thought Lou Gehrig was the first one to have it. So whatever he had would be Lou Gehrig's disease.
This is what Hicks and I were saying. His disease would have been Lou Gehrig's disease. What they're now saying is whatever disease he had, while it may be Lou Gehrig's disease, is not Lou Gehrig's disease.
Lou Gehrig's disease needs to give up the name.
That's what they're saying.
So, or either that or Lou Gehrig has to have died of something else.
Yes. Fez Whatley. I don't know whether we're handing out gold stars today, but Big FW is on the train. What you are saying, Fez, is 100% correct. Lou Gehrig had a disease. He did not have Lou Gehrig's disease. That's the strange thing. So even when they called it Lou Gehrig's disease, he was misdiagnosed. So you are 100% correct this morning. 866-RON-0-FEZ. 866-RON-0-FEZ. Let's go over here to Tom. Tom in New York. You're on Ron and Fez.
Got my eye on you, Ron.
I got my eye on you, Tommy.
Especially since you're, well, glad to see you're back, Ron.
You're playing it down a little bit because I lack what you have, and that's a fine, healthy appendix. I understand.
Well,
I'm a freak. I'm an outsider.
Steve Leeds was bragging about him having his appendix yesterday.
Oh, is that right, Steve?
Yeah.
Good. All right. I'm glad. Then you and fucking Kevin Cronin can go around talking about REO's Speedwagon anytime you want. Oh, was he sticking close to that Kevin Cronin like it was 1980. Anyway, where were we before all the hate speech started, Tom?
okay, two quick things. First, maybe like pseudo gout. Maybe he had pseudo Lou Gehrig's disease.
I don't know what it was, but it was not Lou Gehrig's disease that Lou Gehrig had. If you could go back and isolate what Fez said, it was perfectly summarized. It's all right there. Okay, so I don't know what exactly he had, Tom, but there it is.
Okay, and regarding the Glenn Beck thing, yes, he is going to stand on the same steps as Martin Luther King, but out of deference to Martin Luther King's stature in history, he's going to stand 2 steps lower.
It's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing.
What a man.
If there's one thing Glenn Beck understands, it's respect. There's no doubt about it. Now, when is this big Glenn Beck I Have a Scream speech going to be taking place?
It's this weekend, isn't it? Or
yeah, I think it's this weekend. I know Hicks and I went on a road trip. I got to check it out with my doctor. If I don't see Glenn Beck here, I definitely want to see him later on in the tour where he's standing on that balcony in Memphis. I think that's the fucking show to see with Mr. Beck.
I think we can get tickets for that.
That'll be in April.
Early morning, April 4th.
Mm-hmm.
Shot spring out in the Memphis sky.
Yeah.
Free at last.
Free at last.
They took your life. They could not take your pride. I'm doing a song here, Fezzy, is what I'm doing. I'm doing a song. Frank, you're on the Ron and Fez show.
Yeah, Ron, good to hear you. Gehrig had multiple concussions. That's what caused this problem.
So he never had Lou Gehrig's disease?
No, just concussions, running the bases.
So if
head with the ball.
Yeah, so if now somebody hits their head, they should be able to say, I got a Lou Gehrig on my head. If they got a bump or something.
It's like Troy Aikman has Lou Gehrig's disease. Just from having multiple concussions.
There you go.
Very simple.
866-RON-0-FEZ. 866-RON-0-FEZ. Let's go over to Mike in D.C. How are you, Mike?
Hey, Ronnie, how you doing?
Yeah.
First of all, it's not that Beck decided that he's going to stand a few steps down. Actually, the city doesn't grant permits to stand on that actual step. So
then here's what I'd like to see Glenn Beck do. He shows up and he goes to the steps that they tell him to. Then all of a sudden, he breaks out a step ladder. He climbs to the top of it, and he just makes the announcement, I am now 3.5 feet higher than Martin Luther King has ever been.
But, Ron, don't you think it's better described as a Jesus for President rally? Fez, you're a piece of shit.
Now, why would you say that about our Fezzy? Don't listen to him, Fez. If you look into this, I don't know exactly what he's promoting or what it has. I don't know. I'm not even sure Glenn has much to do with Jesus since he's a Mormon. I think they have an American Jesus, which, oddly enough, is Lou Gehrig. if you're a Mormon, you think there was a Jesus, and then he came back as the Iron Horse. The impressive thing about Lou Gehrig, Fez?
What's that? I'm sorry.
What are you sorry about?
I didn't hear you. I couldn't hear you.
The impressive thing about Lou Gehrig?
Oh, yeah? What's that?
Is that wherever he went, he had his mom with him. So no matter, like, you went out to a meeting after with all the guys on the team. We're going out with, hey, Lou, would you like to come out for beers and sausages? Sure, me and Ma will be there. And he would have his Ma with him. And then Babe Ruth used to tease him a little bit. And one of the things that Ruth used to do was, Lou, if you get on base, I'm going to fuck your mom. And then when Lou would be out, he'd be like constantly looking up in the stands to make sure the babe wasn't, after his mom. Corey in Atlanta, you're on the Ron and Fez show.
Hey, boys.
Yeah.
Hey, that guy Frank's a fucking idiot. My dad had Lou Gehrig's. It's called ALS, and it's under muscular dystrophy. It's where the nerve endings in your muscles die.
Corey, you're missing the point here.
Head.
Your dad had this, but Lou Gehrig did not.
Yeah, but it's not. You can't say that getting hit in the head does the same thing.
That's what Lou Gehrig had. Lou Gehrig was just hit in the head a lot.
Well, I don't know about that, but
this is first of all, I want to explain everything. This thing is the least confusing thing in the world. Fez got it in one moment, and then you didn't know what I was talking about when I was talking about Lou's mom.
Right.
So it's not like he's constantly on the ball picking up everything. But Fez had this concept within seconds of the show today. By the way, Tommy John again coming in here on Monday. What time do you want him in, Hicks?
1 o'clock, I think, could work for Tommy.
All right, 1 o'clock. I'll tell him 1 o'clock jump. And then also, if you're in the New York area, he's doing Letterman on Monday. And if you like to get tickets for that, you call up the Letterman people. And then he could have some people in the audience that were, not just bridge and tunnel people. Even though you're probably coming through a bridge or tunnel to see him, you're not like the rest of those people.
No, those people are dirtbags. We call it Philip Carlo disease. You rename it that.
I love Philip Carlo. I love that man.
He loves us.
There's a mutual admiration is going on.
Oh, yeah.
Jack, South Carolina.
Hey, Ronnie. First off, I'm glad you're okay. You are truly an inspiration. Secondly, I know you already have a cupcake named after you, but I think we should rename appendicitis Ron Beddington disease.
Wow, that would be thrilling, except for I don't know if I want my name tied in with any diseases. And I'll tell you why, Fez.
Why is that?
Lawsuits. I don't want to be tied into lawsuits. And we're in a sue-crazy world here.
Yeah, there is a New Hampshire family.
There is.
Who is...
Hold on. I want to make sure I tell Hicks that we're going to try to book him. There's a family in New Hampshire.
Is it Sleeves' family?
I think so. I think it's Sleeves and Son. He takes that boy everywhere. It takes him. I see it on his Twitter page.
Now, they're suing SeaWorld because they took...
SeaWorld, is that like in the SeaWorld, SeaWord?
No, this is CSEA.
All right, then I got to call my travel agent, and I'm canceling a trip.
The
'Cause I thought I was going to SeaWorld.
The theme park in Orlando, because they took their 10-year-old son there for his birthday, and they were watching the killer whale show when the killer whale killed the trainer back in February. So they said their kid is traumatized. Part of their lawsuit says he looked right into the trainer's eyes, and she looked right into his.
Tough vacation.
As she was being killed, as she was being mauled to death by the killer whale. Now, here's the thing. You took your kid to see a killer whale act, and the whale killed. You know who the people that should sue? People that go to see a killer whale act and don't see any killing.
Uh-oh, somebody's on a rant this morning.
It's a wild animal. What in the world are you supposed to... It's like taking the kid to a football game and then suing because he had to see an injury on the field.
So you think people expect to see the whale kill a trainer?
I think that's got to be in the back of their mind. It's got to be expected. You're watching a wild animal.
You're watching a trained animal. I've been to that show many times, and only one thing ever went through my mind. It's so hot that when this show's over, we're going back to the car. Because there's nothing better than this part of it. And I'll tell you this. As much as people like that Shamu, I think Cindy and Sandy Dolphin blow them away. They're friendlier and they're quicker.
Well, they don't kill. Or at least not yet, anyway.
You're in a little bit of a rage today, huh?
A little bit, yes.
What happened over there?
Just no sleep last night.
No sleep till Brooklyn?
No sleep till Brooklyn or Manhattan or any of the other boroughs.
Name them all.
Manhattan, Brooklyn, the Bronx, Queens, and Staten Island.
That's another gold star.
Thank you. So it's like, and the family went to see the wild animal.
All right, well,
no one forced SeaWorld didn't come to them and force the kid to watch this.
All right, well, let's do it from this way. You as a child, you ended up seeing a child psychologist because you saw a movie, right?
Right, yeah.
Freaked you out completely. And your parents had the money to take you to that, right?
Yep.
In this case, do we know if the kid saw something traumatic, they take him to the doctor, it's a couple $100 a week, maybe they ain't got the scratch.
All right, I hadn't thought of that.
Well, Bash is a meal ticket.
That's right. I would just be them with like this. All right, let's get up those steps and get some sleeps, buddy, or maybe a whale is going to eat you this time. 866 Ron Zero Fez, 866 Ron Zero Fez. Let's go over here to Chris in D.C.
Hey, Ronnie, great to have you back. Fez, you've been amazing the past week. Yesterday you were a little down, but the week before, man, you were just on fire. Ronnie, I was wondering, if for the Mormons, with Lou Gehrig being their Jesus Christ, does that make Cal Ripken the second coming?
I think that they would think of Cal Ripken. You know how we used to have Jesus as the Son of God, Fez?
Right.
I think they have a grandson of God. And then even nieces and nephews. You have been on fire lately, Fez. Did you go to your hypnotist or whatever you went to last night?
No.
What happens there? I thought that was a Thursday night deal.
He's on vacation.
Vacation from his problems. So you missing him today? Maybe that's why you didn't sleep.
Yeah, that definitely could be. So he's on vacation for the next 2 weeks.
All right. Keeping us up with his schedule. Fez Whatley, 866 Ron Zero Fez, 866 Ron Zero Fez. I do appreciate people picking up the telephone and calling in today as we get the Ichiban started. Let's go over here to Derek. You're on the Ron and Fez show.
Just proven that Ronnie B is better than any cop. 2 cops in Pawtucket, Rhode Island have been confirmed to have been sleeping in their cop car next to each other behind abandoned buildings.
Now, they were in separate cars sleeping?
No, they're right next to each other like little babies.
That's a little gay, I think. If you and another guy sleep in a car together, I think it's gay.
Especially like in the both front seat together. That's just fucking asking.
You think if one guy goes in the back, it's all right?
It's a little better. It's still creepy. Just sleeping that close to another man. It's like, wow, 2 feet of space between you.
Here's a weird thing when it comes to sleeping like that, though. 2 guys who split a hotel room, gay. 3 guys who split a hotel room, not gay. That's just,
being frugal.
Yeah. That's just a tweaker that's just a tweaker pad. But 2 guys together, like, yeah, we're in room 718. Let's go, Bob. That is fucking gay. You add an extra guy and you're all just crashing together. But also, yeah, one of you is sleeping on the floor. None of this 2 in a fucking double bed stuff.
No, that's horrifying.
Brian, you're on the Ron and Fez show.
What's up, guys? Hey, I want to ask Fez if Tommy John ever had elbow surgery.
No, his funny bone is fine.
Okay, so why they named surgery after him?
That's Tommy John.
Oh, okay.
Fez Whatley's pulling the facts out. 866 Ron Zero Fez. 866 Ron Zero Fez. Dave, Jersey, Ichiban.
Hey, Ron, I got a Big Brother update for you.
Oh, I'd like to hear that. I don't know if I have the old Big Brother theme. Yeah.
Last night was double eviction, and Maddie, a.k.a. the Gremlin, and Brendan were both sent home.
The fact now, no one who plays is in the game. It's just a game of fucking floaters.
It's a gay guy, the chick, and 3 knuck draggers.
Yeah, I think I'm kind of rooting for the gay guy or the chick before the knuck draggers. Although I would like to see Mafia Life Chris win it all.
Yeah, for the Italians.
Yeah. Have we ever worked it out with Mafia Life Chris when he's coming in here with his coffee table book?
Yeah, I'm trying to get him in next week, hopefully.
Mafia Life Chris contacted us, Fez. Obviously, he was there when I went to the hospital. But he has a coffee table book on Mafia, I don't know, is he like trivia or pictures or something? And he's going to come in and present it to us. And I think he's bringing Uncle Frankie, his dad.
Can't wait to meet him.
So his father-in-law is his uncle. I don't judge the Italians.
Happens.
Yeah.
I guess.
It does happen. Who are we to say? We're no better. We are fucking no better at all. Let's go over to our own lady trucker. Hey, LT.
Hey, happy anniversary, Ron.
Of what?
A week ago, you got rid of that worthless appendix.
You know what? The thing was, it was worth so much to me up to that point. I got along great with my appendix up to the last possible moment. It's like one of those divorces you weren't ready for.
Yeah, but, I mean, it sat there, it attacked you, it tried to kill you, you battled it.
I guess I did.
You're a hero, Ron.
Well, I'm not. I don't think you're a hero if you just lie quietly and let someone cut into you. I don't know if that's the heroic thing to do. But I do appreciate it, LT.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye-bye. 866-RON-0-FEZ. 866-RON-0-FEZ. It is the Ron and Fez show. We are on a weekday here. Gary in Indiana, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, boys. Hey, if you have a friend in the hospital and you don't go see him for a few days, is that known as Fez Whatley syndrome?
Fez Whatley's fine. Fez Whatley's more than fine. And I'm sure you had a busy weekend last week. Or when was I in the hospital? I don't even know. Well, I guess I was in there last week throughout the weekend and then a couple days to stay home.
Right, yeah. Yeah, you went in Thursday evening. A week ago yesterday.
Right. I was actually operated on 5 o'clock in the morning a week ago. But some people teasing you about not visiting.
Right, yeah.
You're still upset about it.
Uh-huh.
Why is that?
Just because I made the wrong decision.
So who said that you did?
Me.
It's between me and you, right?
Right.
Did I think you made the wrong decision?
No.
So did you think you made the wrong decision before that?
No.
So what has you crying now?
No, it's just that, well, I wasn't sure about my decision.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's the one I came up with.
I think it's brilliant.
But now I just feel bad about it.
Why do you feel bad?
Because I should have been there.
You did fine. You got to do whatever you want to do. You came in here in the pitch today, didn't you?
Oh, yeah.
Why? What happened, Hicks?
Well, he came in late with my breakfast this morning, A. But it was there.
You know he likes
delicious.
an early morning breakfast. What did he bring you?
The usual, a couple of hash browns, some bacon, egg, and cheese on a biscuit. Delicious.
Okay, very nice.
And I also noticed that his hair was very disheveled, and
I saw his hair this morning too.
That's usually a good indicator of what's going on inside of his head.
So, did he say anything to you?
He's like, "Yeah, I'm not having a good day today."
And it's all over this hospital thing?
No, I don't think. No, I just think it's the regular stuff. I mean, I felt bad about the hospital thing, so that may have added to it, but I think it's just my regular crap.
You did just fine. You did just fine not visiting. 866-RON-0-FEZ, 866-RON-0-FEZ. Here's Sean. You're on Ron Fez.
Hey, Ronnie B. Glad you pulled through, brother.
Yeah.
Want to get in the big-ass prize closet for Fezzy crying like a little bitch.
Well, we don't do that anymore. We're here to promote Fez not crying, getting stronger, feeling good about himself, making things happen. You did that summary today, Fez. The Lou Gehrig summary.
Right.
So things are going your way. Was it the listeners that made you think that you made the wrong decision?
Uh-huh.
Robin Bird just walked by. That's one of the few people I'd have to say like this. Excuse me, Miss Bird. Could I just say how much I admire your work? You ever watch the Robin Bird show there on the public access Hicks?
I think I've seen it a couple times.
They will throw it to porno fucking commercials.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah.
And 45 minutes will go long. And then finally she's back on. There's no real difference between the show and the content of a porno commercial.
I think Synth Coke was put on during that.
But you have to be very careful because there'll be like Asian girls who like it in the ass, big titties, and you're like, oh, this is a good show. And the next thing you see a guy blowing himself. You're like, I can't fucking watch this.
Came out of nowhere. What the fuck?
Yeah.
There was something for everybody.
And when that happens, Fez, you have something for no one. You can't please everybody across the board. You know, and when you have one of those shows, you're always, as much as you're making everybody happy, eventually you piss everybody off. At a certain point, somebody will always say, this show stinks. Rob, Wyoming, you're on Fez.
Hello?
Yeah.
Hi, yeah, it's my name's Rob. Huge fan of the show for a long time. I'm just so glad to hear you back, Ronnie, but I gotta tell you, I know that Fez loves you with all his heart, and even if he wasn't there at the hospital, that doesn't mean jack. Guy was there with you in his mind, and man, if he'd seen you in the hospital, he might have fallen apart completely.
I get all that. It may not have been the way he wanted to see me. It may not have been helpful to him at all. I have no problem with him not coming over.
Thank you.
No problem at all. Now, me, I always do the quick run-through with a fucking Sports Illustrated that I buy downstairs anyway. Here's a Sports Illustrated. I thought you could look through that. All right, well, I'm going to let you get your rest, buddy. 866-RON-0-FEZ, 866-RON-0-FEZ. Thomas in Kansas, you're on the Ron and Fez show.
Hey, Fatty Arbuckle's got a point there. If that appendix bursted in a lesser man, they would have died. That makes you a hero, my friend.
Well, first of all, I wish that we wouldn't call Lady Trucker Fatty Arbuckle just because both of them have done something with a champagne bottle. Two, I heard you could have died from my doctor.
Uh-huh.
Still don't believe him. Because I still see appendicitis as being a children's disease. 866-RON-0-FEZ, 866-RON-0-FEZ. Let's go over here to Pat. Pat, you're on Fez.
Hey there, Ronnie B. Friday Fez, how you doing?
Good, what can we do for you?
Hey, Ronnie B, maybe you could give your prescriptions to Chris Stanley. He could sell them for you and make you a little extra cash.
There's no way he's selling.
I can get rid of anything you need.
You say that, and then you fucking keep it all to yourself. I wouldn't front you shit.
We'll break even, don't worry.
Big E, you're on the Ron and Fez show.
What's up, Ronnie B? What's up, Fez? Hey, let me tell you something, Fez. Hey, about a month ago, my cousin got shot up. I go to the hospital. My brother doesn't go to the hospital. My cousin, although he loved me coming to the hospital, he still didn't care if my brother came to the hospital. He still loved him. So if Ronnie B say fuck it, Fez, fuck it. Fuck what the listeners say, man. You know, don't sweat that shit. Some people made for it, some people are not. So fuck it. You know, don't let the listeners get you down over that shit.
I think he's got a very, very good point, Fez. Some people are cut out for it, some people aren't. You said you wrestled with it.
Yeah. And I thought, you know what, Ronnie's in pain, and I don't want him everything that went through my head was Ronnie's in a lot of pain. I don't know if if I show up there, is he going to try to, act like he's not in pain? so that I don't freak. I mean, I just went through every frickin' stupid scenario.
Did you think I'd start going like this? I'm glad I'm here, Fez. And now I'm going to start dancing. Just to try to make you feel better?
Yeah, like, yeah.
I get it. Pepper, you're on the Run of Fez show.
Hi.
Yeah, Ronnie B., I just wanted to know if you could tell me, what does hospital food taste like?
Oh, I would have no fucking idea. None whatsoever. All right, so, yeah, tell them that would be a very good thing for them to do. And they're on ESPN also. 866-RON-0-FEZ. 866-RON-0-FEZ. Here's Dennis in Staten Island. You're a manifest.
Good morning, Ron.
Yeah.
Godspeed, my friend. Welcome home.
What do you mean when you say Godspeed like that, by the way?
I want you to be as fast as a god. Maybe Mercury.
But I'm already here. There's no... I don't want to be running around all the time at Godspeed.
All right, so then, whoa, slow down, big fella.
Yeah, there you go. Or Godsmack, and we'll try to bring that sound back.
There you go. I got an Ichiban for you.
All right, let me hit this.
It's official last night. Ronnie and Sammy Sweetheart broken up. Can somebody bring you back some money, please?
All right, well, first of all, we'll try to bring back some money, and then I'll check in with Hicks on this.
Somebody bring me back the money, please. I want that new shit. Niggas like how come? Niggas want my own shit. Buy my own album.
I don't think we need it like that. So it's over between those two.
For this week, yeah. I mean, she's just sick and tired of his creeping and hooking up with other broads.
She's sick and tired of being sick and tired.
Basically. And it's also JWoww and Snooki wrote an anonymous note and put it on her bed saying that he's been hooking up with broads.
See, that's not right.
Back.
I say you either got to come at it face to face or not at all.
Yeah, they're being real pussy about it.
You can't trust those girls. But, you know, that Sammy Sweetheart's a little doll face.
Oh, yeah. Great extensions on her.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, she's very proud of her extensions.
Those aren't her real breasts?
JWoww has fake titties.
What do you think extensions were, Fez?
I was making a joke about she would get breast extensions.
Let's go over here to Mark in Charlotte.
Hey, guys, how are you?
Yeah.
Hey, Ronnie, I was cringing listening to your story about the catheter yesterday, having the dick tube. I had an operation. After about 8 hours, I woke up and felt this tube next to me and almost had a heart attack when I found out it led to my penis.
Oh, God.
And, you know, of course, they send a big black nurse in to take it out.
Oh.
And then they say, okay, go to the bathroom. I went to the bathroom, and I literally farted through my penis. I had air come out of my penis.
I heard that from people. I didn't have to deal with that, though. I got a catheter story sent to me from Fred Brooklyn yesterday that made me hurt from my hips to the bottom of my feet. What I read was 98 times worse than the story that I'm going to kill a doctor for.
Oh, God. There's got to be a better way.
Oh, by the way, Rob Cross comes up to me yesterday and he goes, we're going to take a listen to this song. I'm thinking about adding it on one of my stations. It was Black Hole Sun. This is the song that he's pondering.
From like 20 years ago?
Yeah.
What year is he living in?
I don't know. Ooh. 866-RON-0-FEZ. 866-RON-0-FEZ. Here's our good friend Dr. X in Mexico City.
How you doing, man? Ronnie, you sound like $1 million from a million fucking miles away.
Wow, it's beautiful to hear. Thanks, Doc.
I'll tell you this, Ronnie. My mama always said this. There's some people you don't take to the hospital. Fez, you don't, you may be one of those. You go in for an ingrown toenail, they see you on the bed. Oh, look what they did to my boy. You can't have people falling apart in the hospital. So sometimes you did the right thing staying away from there, man. It just would have messed you up even worse.
Here's the thing in life. You got to do whatever you want to do. But also don't sit around and punish yourself for your decisions. Particularly based on what an anonymous listener said to you. You didn't want to go. No one blames you for that. Who wants to go to the hospital? You don't want to see your buddy sick. You don't want to see me as some fucking idiot laying there with a fucking rented gown on, fucking writhing around in pain. You need to think of me the way you think of me every day. Stoic. Thoughtful. Let's go over here to Curtis in Youngstown. You're on the Ron and Fez show.
Hey, Ronnie, welcome back. Glad you're feeling better.
Thanks.
Hey, let's get to the truth here. Hey, Fezzy, nobody's going to blame you for this. You didn't go by the hospital because after what happened to you, you don't want to go anywhere near a hospital.
You fucking hate hospitals, Fez. You despise them.
I don't mind it when I'm the patient.
You love being the patient.
That way, I mean, in that, because...
So you think it might have even been a jealousy thing? You got there and you would have been jealous.
Oh, I would have switched places. I don't know if it was jealousy, but I would have switched places with you.
You would have been a hero if you would have went. If you would have went, you would have done some great shit then. Just like if you would have tried out for your high school football team, you would have scored 23 touchdowns that season. So fuck you haters. You know what I'm saying, Fez? Tom, Houston, Ron and Fez.
Hey, Ronnie, I hate going to the hospital to visit people. It's necessary, but, after 5 minutes and you said what you got to say, you're just trying to figure out how to get the hell out of there.
Oh, it's a fucking nightmare. It's fucking disastrous to go visit your friend in the hospital. It's stupid as shit.
Plus the shit you can pick up while you're there,
That's right, Fez. You don't want to catch any of those diseases.
Oh, those places are full of infections.
That's true. So,
and I think even more than they used to be.
That's right. Hospitals used to be so healthy. Today they're not. Back at the turn of the century, oh my God, they were beautiful places to be. So you're going to stop beating up on yourself?
Yeah.
You're going to say to yourself, I did the right thing?
It's hard to say that.
Why?
Because I'm still second-guessing it.
Here's what you need to say. Fuck Bennington and his weak ass appendix. Good. I'm fucking glad he's sick. I'd like to spit in his face right now. Steve Blatter just went by and waved. When you say stuff like that, you start to feel better about yourself.
That's not going to make me feel better.
Well, what can I do to make you feel better, Fez?
You don't have to make me feel better.
Come on, I got to say...
No, I'm fine.
Something's wrong here.
No, I should be trying to make you feel better.
Does that make you upset?
No, it just makes me upset that I haven't.
What did I ask for? You and Hicks get along nice. That's all I want. If you two kids get along with each other, that's the only birthday present I need this year.
Trying.
All right? And a clean house. I want to come back in here and have a clean house. And that's it.
That'd be a little tougher, but...
Arch, you're in the Ron and Fez show.
Hey, did you happen to see a set of keys in the hospital room when I visit? I can't find my keys, and I think last place I remember seeing him was in the hospital room.
Don't buzz ball. Arch did swing by because his chick works over at the same hospital. But don't buzz balls about that, Arch. But I do want to thank you for coming by.
You're the man.
You're a good guy.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean that you should have been there, Fez.
Uh-huh.
Arch and I go back a ways. I've probably known him for what? 3-4 years?
Probably.
866-RON-0-FEZ. 866-RON-0-FEZ. Marty, you're on the Ron and Fez show.
Ron, did Fez send you a get well soon card?
No, he didn't. By the way, Gaz actually wrote this. Did he write it to 202 Friends? This fucking Gaz, I got news for you. And there's very few people I think can write as funny as him. But he wrote, it's kind of ironic that Fez's big point for gay marriage is hospital visits. Because then when they do, you'd be like, well, I didn't know whether you wanted me there or not. He's a funny fucking writer, that kid. And it was pointed out to me, he's really fucking hip for Cincinnati. I think that's where he lives. Either that or Kentucky. Jeff in Illinois, you're on Ron Fez.
Hey, boys. I was wondering if maybe Fez has a friendicitis where he rejects his friends. Just checking. See ya.
They're going to tease you, Fezzy.
Right. They enjoy doing it.
What would you like to say to the world right now?
That Ron is fine with this, so I'm going to be fine with it, and I don't care what anybody calls in and says.
Feel better about that statement?
Yes.
Good. Patrick, Miami, you're on Ron Fez.
Hey, Fez, I think you should just blow this off and blame it on misreading that hospital sign. It actually says no dogs allowed, not no fags allowed.
Ouch.
He had to giggle to himself at the end because no one else was picking up on the laughter.
And Fez can read. You've been reading since the 9th grade, right?
Thereabouts.
866 Ron Zero Fez. 866 Ron Zero Fez. Look who it is. It's Mr. Butch in Utah.
Hey, Ronnie B., I just want to say I'm glad you're at the hospital. Even though I live in Utah and I couldn't come see you, I still went to my local hospital and rummaged through the dumpster.
Oh, thanks. Did you get me a Sports Illustrated yet, Fez?
No, I didn't.
Did you get me a card?
No.
Still thinking?
And your cigars haven't come yet either.
Well, keep rubbing their fucking, stroking their cock. They will. Oh, they'll come. You look all crazy today, Big Cat.
I feel a little crazy. I think that's just the zero sleep.
Why don't you go on one of your patented rants?
Well, there's a toy collector in Ohio, guy, just a regular guy, collects toys.
Do you hate him?
I hate this guy. Because he went into a Toys R Us, saw a Dexter serial killer action figure,
right,
and then complained to the Toys R Us about it, that toy shouldn't be sold in a toy store.
So you're mad that a local guy in what part of the country?
In Ohio.
Complained to his local Toys R Us.
Right. Because he shouldn't be complaining. He collects toys.
Right.
So why try to get the store to get rid of things that you would collect? So they can't be found there. The toy store is for kids. I've collected action figures before, but the toy store is for kids. If they're going to carry something that an adult toy collector might want, why bitch about it and have one less place to find stuff?
Good point. All right, Fez Whatley back on track. Likes to see the Dexter toys and the Toys R Us. Steve, Michigan, you're on Ron Fez.
Hey, Ronnie B., just want to congratulate you on getting rid of an appendage that was making you sick and bringing you down, and let you know, one down, one to go.
Stop it. You see what he did there, Fez?
Yeah, I was the appendage.
It's not true, though. It's not true, Fezzy. You've got your patented rants. 866 Ron Zero Fez. 866 Ron Zero Fez. Alex, Texas, you're on Fez.
Hey, Ronnie B., I got a spy report.
All right, what do you got?
I got Fezzy, he was at the toy store, talking under his breath, he was saying how much of a pussy you were for getting your appendix out, that you couldn't take it, taking up all his time. Sympathy.
Fezzy, if that's the point, I do apologize to you.
That is not the point. I never said that.
But, I mean, if you really do feel like, like I fucking drug everything down by making a big deal about my appendix being taken out, I apologize.
Absolutely not. You have nothing to apologize for.
I mean, there's a little underlining anger. I mean, you and Hicks have fucking perfect organs. Everything's perfect with you. I'm the fucking one that sits out here like a freak.
You're not a freak, and you don't have anything to apologize for.
What were you thinking about all last night when you couldn't sleep? What were you doing? Pacing back and forth?
Yeah, there was a lot of pacing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What were you saying to yourself all night?
Go to sleep, idiot. Just lay down and close your eyes and go to sleep. And it just wasn't working. And how I should have been at the hospital.
I thought we had all that talk. I thought we all had a great talk. So this is all about you not going to the hospital.
No, it's not all about that. It was
that's the
normal panic with that thrown in.
Mm-hmm. Lee, Indiana, you're on my Fez.
Hi, Ron. Welcome back.
Thanks.
You were talking about the guy collecting toys, that Dexter. Wasn't the Dexter action figure advertising a serial killer? And if so, is that maybe what he's complaining about? Not the toy, but what it's advertising, serial killing?
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, even Dexter itself, Fezzy, is not for children.
Mm-hmm.
So why are they selling it in a kid's store?
Well, I mean, from what I understand, the package said for, 18 and up. This action figure for 18 years and up. But if he is somebody who collects toys, collects action figures,
mm-hmm.
sometimes they're tough to find. Why cut off an outlet?
Well, because sometimes other than just what's good for you is important to you. And if you think this isn't good for kids, if it's like, Hicks has problems finding beer, and they set up a thing, they started setting up kegs at the playgrounds.
Right.
He might think, even though this works out for me, it's not exactly good for the children who go here to the playground. Like, believe it or not, just because something could be good for you personally, but not for all of society.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Maybe he meant it that way.
Yeah, but I mean, he's the one who's going to have trouble finding toys.
That is true. And I'd rather get the Californication. Fucking Hank Moody action figure.
Will they come with whores?
I'm not sure. Mike, you're on Fez.
Hey, maybe one way we can cheer up Fez is by calling Earl Douglas, and maybe Earl's got his $2,000 he owes him.
I actually got a contact tip from Earl last night, and he said to me, "Do you mind if I give management a call?" So go right ahead. Let's go over here to Fuckwagon. You're on the Run of Fez show.
Hey, Fez. Love you, Ronnie. Just want to kind of take the heat off my boy Fez, but over the weekend, earlier in the week, listening to the replay, topic came up and it kind of interested me. You guys were talking about a woman anchor and how she was kind of old, and Dave made a comment that she wears fishnet leggings, and that's kind of like a sex symbol type thing. And just kind of weirded me out. I mean, wouldn't it just be worse to have bare legs? And are there any other things in fashion that kind of send off that sexiness type thing that really shouldn't?
866 Ron Zero Fez. 866 Ron Zero Fez. Let's go over here to Chris. Chris, you're on the Ron Fez show.
Good afternoon, ladies. How are you?
We're fantastic. We're just having tea together.
Good to see you back in the saddle there, Ronnie. Listen, I'm sure Toys R Us sells age-appropriate video games behind the counter. They have all those little ratings on them. So why can't they sell an age-appropriate action figure?
Well, apparently they can sell this. Fez's only thing is some guy complained.
But why are they complaining about video games?
Yeah, I don't know the piece. I mean, people must complain to the managers of stores about all kinds of things. And maybe he just thought, wow, look where this happens to be sitting in the store. This is not appropriate. I don't know. I don't know the guy or the story. 866 Ron Zero Fez. 866 Ron Zero Fez. Richard, California.
Hey, Mr. B, you sound like $1 million.
Yeah.
Reason I'm calling is because if they're gonna cancel or if the guy's complaining about Dexter being an action figure, why is he not complaining about all the a fictional character, by the way? Why aren't they complaining about Darth Vader or Lex Luthor or all these other guys who are doing tons of worse things than what Dexter does?
I think there's a big difference between what Dexter does in terms of whether it's appropriate for little kids to watch and what Darth Vader does. I think Darth Vader is more of a cartoon type of violence where Dexter's actually tying people up and fucking doing autopsy while they're still alive. I don't know if you'd want a 5-year-old kid watching Dexter.
They both kill a lot. One just uses laser beams and the Force.
Which one's that?
That's Darth Vader.
Good, straight answer, Fez. But you don't see the difference in the two types of violence?
Yeah, I guess I think they're both going to be scary for kids, but one has blood is the difference.
Well, one is based on a little more realism, correct?
Right, yeah.
So we'll go back to that. Would you say, if you got nieces, right? If your brother said to you, hey, is Star Wars appropriate for my kids? Would you say yes or no?
I would say yes.
If he said, is Dexter appropriate for my kids? Yes or no?
I would say no.
Okay, so it's basically what the guy said from the beginning. I agree with the other guy. Why can't you just sell it in one fucking part of the store that's for older people? I wouldn't go in a fucking Toys R Us if they were giving away cash in there. The whole fucking thought of that. Kids running up and down the fucking hall, swinging around Nerf shit. Ugh. And working there would be the worst fucking nightmare in the world.
What about the one Times Square as a Ferris wheel?
I saw that. I saw it from the street. Thomas in New York City, you're on Run, Fez.
Yeah, I went to the store and bought the Fez action figure, but I pulled the string and it doesn't say anything.
It could say, fuck you, Thomas. It could say Thomas is an asshole. It could say quite a few things, I bet.
866 Ron Zero Fez. 866 Ron Zero Fez. It is the Ron and Fez show. We got to take a break here, Fez. But